government labeled them the emotionally unstable and mentally challenged pariahs of civilization. Nancy Reagan believed them to be tax burdens, America's incarcerated future. And Ronald Reagan remembered them as, well, no one really knows. Poor Ron, he had a memory problem. They were the fragile rejects of society, thought to be perpetually brain damaged. And no, I'm not talking about the Kardashians. They were the crackbabies of the 80s. And I am proud and sufficiently embarrassed to say I was one of them. Believe it or not all of us developed into reprehensible criminals with mental disabilities. Though, if I can be honest, my intellect is certainly up for debate. But shame on Nancy Reagan for spreading those rumors in the first place. May she forever rest in peace on a cardboard bed from IKEA. Statistically speaking, only 1 out of every 2 crack babies ever make it to jail. And as of last week, my twin sister has finally been released. I'm fibbing there, she's been out for a month. Can you believe it? There's another one of me in the world. But unlike me, her tits are real. What do you think? What do you guys think? The truth of the matter is, crack babies were born with just as much aptitude, curiosity, and aspiration as anyone else of our generation. And like all children of the 80s, all we ever really wanted were better clothing options. Corduroy or ash wash, those were our only 2 options. If you have never met or heard of a crack baby before, it's because sadly, most of them have succumbed to SIDS long before you yourself were ever born. It's actually quite the miracle that I turned out to be this perfectly healthy, handsome, gorgeous crack baby before you. Not only have I managed to cheat in early death, but I also outlived my ridiculously priced Bally Total Fitness gym membership. Oh, did you sign up for one too? Stupid. While many crack babies have unfortunately perished and gone on to become little crack angels with damaged wings, because you know, jetpacks weren't invented yet, I miraculously held on tight to every waning breath, much like a crackhead would hold on to their crack pipe. Thanks in part to the medical technologies available in the early 80s, I gradually rebounded from the effects of my prenatal, free-based cocaine exposure and was nurtured back to health in a neonatal, controlled environment. Say that 3 times as fast. By comparison, being in an incubator kept me safer than most infants are today, especially those around IKEA furniture. Sure, I may have needed a respirator for survival, but with coronavirus still running rampant, who hasn't? In fact, because of coronavirus, the stigma around respirator treatment has evolved, and people are even using crack again. It's true, they now call it hydroxychloroquine. All it is cocaine, cut with bleach. Unlike the crack-free porcelain babies of the Upper West Side, us crack babies were not delivered in wicker baskets by large white storks. No, we were lugged around by black feral pigeons instead. It sounds ridiculous, but you'd be surprised by how incredibly light and easily transportable premature infants actually are. My crack baby life story began exactly on the 39th anniversary of the bombing of Pearl Harbor. I was awoken to this world on the night before John Lennon's murder. Can you believe it? My born day was his last day. Imagine that, people. With my arrival, the heavens finally shone down upon my grandmother's face with a smile, which was hard to do considering that was also the very same year that introduced us all to AIDS. Which also gave Elizabeth Taylor something else to do, besides diamonds and other people's men. With all those tragic omens looming over my birth, it's no wonder why, as a baby, I turned to drugs. Of course, when I tell people I was a crack baby, they immediately clamor for answers to silly questions like, how much does crack actually cost? And my definitive favorite, you got any crack, kid? It's that kind of insensitivity that thankfully many of my long gone, stillborn peers will never have to endure. Let's see, if you're keeping count, so far I have outlived Reagan, both Nancy and Ron, John Lennon, Elizabeth Taylor, Bally Total Fitness, and Corduroy, though the hipsters have been mercilessly trying to drag that back to life. And Grandma! I miss you, Grandma. That's Grandma, by the way, on my necklace. Which is crazy because every time I'm checking in at an airport, there's always a TSA agent ready to snort her. She's not drugs, guys. She's compost. Anyway, I have lots of stories to share with you about survival, redemption, sacrifice, love, and the Clean Needle Exchange program. Actually, no, I'm just kidding. You'll need to visit the CDC for more information about that. But to continue learning more about me, Christopher Albert, and all the things that I've been up to with this very good life I am still blessed to have, please visit ChristopherAlbert.info. For everything else, visit junkandjam.com. But Christopher, what's a junk and jam? It's something they used to force feed crack babies back to sleep. Because infant withdrawal was such a pain in the ass. Can someone please help me get back in my incubator, please? Anyone? Someone? Jesus? You do it. You help me. Do it, Jesus. God bless you.